Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. I'm in a really good mood tonight. It's been raining all day. I've been waiting all day just to go fishing. I just like the way a wet parking lot looks, but you know what I like better? Something wetter. Water to fish in. Let's go find some. Fishing today, difficult, challenging down here because of all this rain. It was a warm day too. That's what makes it depressing, right? Really warm weather, but very wet at the same time. And now it's all changing. Here in a few hours, this is just after 11 p.m., right? But by like 1, 2 a.m., we're going to have really high wind and the temperature is going to be dropping over the night. It's dropping right now. We're in the 50s. We're like almost 70 degrees today. And now it's like high to mid 50s, but it's going to go down to around 41 at some point throughout the night. Yeah, you're right. This isn't the hardcore blast everyone's freaking out about. This isn't what people are going to be like stuck at home with their kids or whatever, because, you know, 3 inches of snow is like a freak out down here. But yeah, that's later. Possibly Monday night, Tuesday, I think, right, Tuesday night, we might see some snow in some places. Maybe not so much where I'm at, but we're gonna get cold here. We might have some frozen pipe issues, not at my house, but at other places, because it is going to be cold enough. So let's get some fishing in before it all goes to poop. Who am I kidding? It's probably already gone to poop, because we're gonna go try to fish a bayou that has pumping stations on it. It's probably super discombobulated, very muddy, but it's this time of year where sakale show up at the spot and the spots that I'm going to. So let's see, we could get a surprise, but it might just be a quick one in the middle of the night. See what we catch. We've got stuff, all kinds of stuff to play with. We got some kids wandering around. They probably don't know what to do now that TikTok's gone. Let's go this way. Whoa, they're not zombies. They know my name. So, yeah, you're right. Hold on. Yeah, I called it correctly. They weren't wandering around like zombies, but they were not happy about TikTok going dark not too long ago. It reminds me of the night GG Allin died. Yeah, earlier on in the night, that night, I was walking around with some friends in the Lower East Side, and every gutter punk sitting on Avenue A was happy to go see GG Allin, and we didn't care. We didn't care about that. And so we just stayed up all night, walking the whole city, having a great time, not drinking though. And then the sun starts coming up and we're headed towards Avenue A. We want to get coffee. They're going to be unlocking Tompkins Square soon. We want to sit in Tompkins Square. And we didn't know. We didn't know till we hit Avenue A. And we saw all these hate edge and gutter punks crying, drinking beer, and just like bawling. And we're like, what's going on with this? And then we saw a paper. GG Allin's dead, right? Not quite. You know, it's not a bunch of kids wandering around with 40 ounces and tears. But it reminds me of that time. We're just like, whoa, hours ago, these people were all happy to be going to this show. And now they're not. Really weird. So we got our coffee and went and hung out in Tompkins Square. And yeah, we made jokes about it, but yeah, okay, come on. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. Maybe I'm just a good mood kind of guy. I'm not always like in a good mood. I mean, it changes, right? But is it because TikTok's gone? I thought TikTok was going to be gone possibly tomorrow, but it went early. I think TikTok pulled the plug themselves. How do I feel about TikTok? Well,
I agree with the national security issues, but that's not really my beef. I just don't like short. It is something I agree with, but my main beef is that I don't like short form content because it's separate from traditional long form content, so it keeps kids, yeah, and other people from seeing my videos. I don't want to feel like I'm being forced to make short form content. I like the style that I have. Well, the water's not moving. If I deem this spot to be where I'm going to stay, I'm going to set up a big light. But for the moment, let me just look around and see what's up. There's nothing going on here, so I'm going to go on myself.
I must say, the night GG Allin died was a lot more fun than tonight. I'm alone. That night I was walking around the city with not just friends, but, you know, Rastas. So it was a lot more fun. And then some punk rocker was dead. Well, yeah, I mean, some people like GG Allin. I never did. I don't want to go to a show where someone is throwing poop around. I just never liked his music. Well, yeah, let's see, you know, TikTok being gone. Some people think it's a good thing, but let me tell you something. There are a lot of kids who are upset and just depressed because they were getting so much engagement and likes and they were entertained by it. I mean, you gotta look at both sides, you know. Don't be too much like, oh, it's a good thing that they can't look at TikTok, because, you know, there are other short form content platforms they can go to, and when kids start to get smart about VPNs, they'll, yeah, TikTok's not gone. If you know how to work a VPN, you can still melt your brain. You can still have that brain rot. You just got to pay for the VPN. So yeah, you can bring TikTok back, but thank goodness you can't bring GG Allin back. Not from the dead, but his music is still out there. It's all over YouTube and other places. Have at it, Haas. I hear some coyotes celebrating. I don't think it's because TikTok went dark early. But usually when it goes dark, coyotes are celebrating somewhere, or they're complaining about something. They're either celebrating or bitching. They're talking to each other. Maybe they just found a cat or something. Well, that's kind of dark. That wind is really picking up. To be clear, it wasn't the passing of GG Allin that I thought was funny. It was just watching all the hate edge and gutter punks blubbering about it, crying because some violent junkie who was a bad influence at the end of the day had passed. You could look at TikTok like that, but you can find bad influences on all platforms, all video platforms. It's just TikTok itself. Let me get down here. TikTok itself takes so much of your data, more than they should, and TikTok is basically owned by a foreign adversary, so there's your issue. Another way to look at it is the fact that TikTok is the most censorious platform, and how you correlate that or compare it to GG Allin. GG Allin sometimes didn't show up, right? So it's really easy to get banned on TikTok for like almost no reason, and there's no recourse. Your account's gone. Sometimes you would buy a ticket to go to the GG Allin show, and he didn't show up because he was too messed up on drugs, or for whatever reason, or whatever, or he didn't play a full set, started a riot, and
whatnot. Or sometimes you would go to a GG Allin show. He'd show up, play a full set, but he would get naked and end up beating you up for no reason. None of this ever happened to me because I never went to a GG Allin show. I have seen them. I just I would never liked his music. It was not my cup of tea. Plus, I didn't like hanging out with hate edge kids. Okay, too discombobulated. Do you know what the Barbara Streisand effect is? Yeah, so hopefully I'm not creating a bunch of hate edge kids by talking about it. Next thing you know, my whole neighborhood's gonna be full of GG Allin fans with safety pins through their nostrils, and yeah, let's hope not. There's better music out there, kids. Oh, that wind. Really exposed to it right here, but because of the lights, it could be fish. Water's dirty up here as well as it is everywhere else. So I've known people who were really into GG Allin but never got totally influenced by him. You know, they didn't turn out to be as messed up as him. But I've known far more people who were influenced by him and were horrible people. And a lot of them ended up following in his footsteps. Yeah, well, they died. They OD'd because they were influenced. So you can watch short form media or any kind of videos and not be influenced, but a lot of people will be influenced by things, you know. It's not really the negative influence. Yes, there's negative influence on TikTok, but there's negative influence on every platform. That's not really the issue, but that is an issue for some people, right? Some people have that criticism of even like other platforms, but mainly what we're talking about is TikTok. That's not really the issue. The issue is all about national security. And I don't think the US government pulled the plug early. I think it's TikTok that did that because it was supposed to happen tomorrow. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not. A lot of kids are upset, a lot of people are upset, but once you figure out how to use a VPN, you're there. You just become Canadian. Switch your location in the VPN. That's the whole purpose of a VPN. There's a lot of countries where TikTok has been banned for a long time. In some of those countries it's not enforced. But one thing that's very interesting is the TikTok, you know, has been banned for the longest in China, where it's owned. It's basically owned by ByteDance, and ByteDance is pretty much run by the government of China, the CCP. So there you go. It's just after midnight now. Wind is up over 11, gusting up over. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's just going to keep going up as we go through the morning. Hey. It's only my opinion that GG Allin was a bad influence. Still is. Anyway, he never stole my passwords. He never was a foreign adversary with all my data. Neither is TikTok, because I never wanted to sign up for TikTok. But yeah, you're right. Hey, if you're all butthurt over TikTok going dark,
either you figure out how to use the VPN or it's going to be back, because it's probably going to be back. And yeah, it's a cesspool of bad influence and brain rot content, but you can find that just about on every platform. Yet some platforms are far more censorious, censorship, such as TikTok is heavily censored. TikTok was and is at the moment still owned by ByteDance, which is pretty much the same thing as the Chinese government. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.